New York first quarter sponsorship town hall. This is open to all of our current and interested sponsors. And the theme for tonight's meeting is value in HLNY. This is really to tap into reasons for supporting HLNY with its network of healthcare executives. Tonight's agenda, if we can go to the next slide, please. Is as follows. Basically, we will have introduction to the HLNY board and committees, the membership updates, sponsorship, the value at every step, and the upcoming and Q&A, and of course, the wrap up. So basically, there will be a Q&A section towards the end of the meeting where you can type in your questions in the chat or Q&A box. Please feel free to leverage the Zoom chat or reactions throughout the meeting. And at any time that you have questions, ideas, or thoughts to share, please drop them in the chat. Questions will be responded in real time or during the Q&A. Please note that this town hall is being recorded and will be made available online. Next slide, please. So who are we? Healthcare Leaders of New York represents professionals in the New York metropolitan area, providing access to networking, education, mentoring, and career development at all the local level for ACHE members. Our mission is to advance healthcare leadership and management excellence through professional enrichment and continuing education of our members. So next slide, we would like to thank all of our sponsors, our current sponsors who have been very supportive of our organization, and we really appreciate your continued support. And now I would like to turn this over to our president-elect, Ms. Calandra Branch, who will be speaking to us about our 2025 theme. Calandra, please take it away.
Thank you, Carla. Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to our sponsors and to our potential sponsors. Our theme for HLNY this year is back to basics, adding value at every step. And with everything that we've planned this year for our members, we are adding value. So we are working with 5 pillars that all of our programs will revolve around, and those pillars we will be attracting programming for people and members of HLNY at every level from student all the way up to C-suite. So we have a very inclusive group. So we want to make sure that we give value for all of those our members of HLNY. And our 5 pillars are engagement, professional development, educational development, networking, and advancement, meaning advancement to fellow of ACHE. So we'll talk a little bit later about the value added proposition for our sponsors, but we just wanted to let you know that the work that we're doing in HLNY is to really provide the best programming, adding value at every step for all of our members. Next slide, please. So we want to introduce the members of our board. President is Darren Daraj. I am president-elect. Carl Marie Memnon is our immediate past president. Halim is our vice president. Rachel is our treasurer. And Zach Elmer is our secretary. We have members at large who really help to spread the word of HLNY and keep us active in their various regions. But another thing about our board members at large when it comes to sponsorships is going forward, we're going to make sure that every sponsor has a member at large assigned to them who will kind of be their handler, so to speak, to make sure that all of the value that we have promised to add to you, that you are able to get all the things from your value proposition. So they're going to be making sure that you have the web the webinars and the podcasts and all those things that we're allowing you to share with us. They're going to make sure that you are getting everything that has been assigned to you. Maya Williams is our member at large in Hudson Valley. Camille Glotzbecker is our Long Island member at large. EJ Mafadon is our New York City member at large. And Natasha Ellie Lusant is our member at large for all territories. So I did want to introduce you to Maya and EJ. They are on the call with us tonight. So we're just going to turn it over for a second to Maya.
Yes, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our sponsorship town hall. My name is Maya Williams. I am the Chief Operating Officer for the Rockefeller University Hospital here in New York City, and I serve, as Calandra said, as board member at large for Hudson Valley. I'm really excited and looking forward to working with you all as sponsors of HLNY, and I'm here to assist you and answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
EJ?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Really excited to be here. My name is EJ Imafidon. I'm a member at large for the New York City region. Really excited to be here to really help support the work that we're doing here for our sponsors. My role right now is Senior Director of Ambulatory Operations here at White Plains Hospital. And been here now for about 3 years. Been a member of ACHE for 13 years and really understand the work that ACHE and HLNY does to help provide value at every step, and really excited to engage in the work of really working with the sponsors to do the great work that we continue to do.
Thank you, Maya and EJ. Next slide. We also have, as part of our HLNY board, special advisors, Michael Gatto, who is the Senior Executive Engagement Advisor. Our former president, Aaliyah Ramjid, is our Executive Member Advisor. And we have as a new advisor, our Clinical Inclusion Advisor, Frankie Hamilton. And of course, our brand new ACHA Regent for New York is Arthur Gianelli. These are our committees. Our committees really make sure that all the work of HLNY and all the things that I talked about in our value proposition, they are the glue that holds us together. They are the engine that makes everything run. So I just wanted to share with you, we have our advancement, analytics, diversity, equity, and inclusion, finance, our gala committee, higher education network, membership, marketing and communication, programs, and of course, our sponsorship committees. And speaking of sponsorship, we have the sponsorship committee co-chairs who put together this town hall, and I'm about to turn everything over to them. But the purpose of the sponsorship committee is to provide value to our sponsors and to highlight them in all of our HLNY events, to promote sponsor participation and engagement, and to be an advocate along with the board members at large for our sponsors. So allow me to introduce to you Jonathan Acevedo from the Mount Sinai Health System, who is one of our co-chairs for the sponsorship committee, and Carla Cizon, who is the other co-chair of the sponsorship committee, and she hails from New York City Health and Hospitals. So I believe I'm turning it over to Carla first.
Thank you so much, Calandra. Really appreciate it. And thank you again for your time attending this sponsorship town hall. So as Calandra had mentioned, the sponsorship committee is here to provide value to our sponsors and really highlight you all in all of our HLNY events. So we're here to promote sponsorship participation and engagement, and we are your advocates. So basically, we're here to advocate for all of our sponsors. Next slide, please. So it is my pleasure to also introduce our committee members. We are a growing team, and we'd like to introduce basically our sponsors, sponsorship committee members. We have Mr. George Rosales, we have Mr. Felipe Garcia, and we have Mr. Cordell Downs, who will be helping us with taking care of all of our sponsors. So next slide. So we'll hear in this section, we'll just go about the membership profile. We wanted to take a minute or two to show you who our members are and their profile. So as you can see here, we have over 2,000 strong members across all professional levels, from student members, early careerist, middle, senior, and C-suites. That makes HLNY the largest chapter of the American College of Healthcare Executives. So on the next slide, as you can all see, HLNY is very well represented at all professional levels and healthcare organizations across the New York communities. So what is the value? What is meaningful to each and every one? Let's go to the next slide so we can discuss it. So in the next few minutes, we will go over the benefits and offering to our sponsors and address finding value at every step. So as you can see here, and as Calandra had pointed out, there are 5 pillars that we are making sure that we are advocating. So these are the educational events, the professional development events, the networking opportunities, service activities, and advancement activities. HLNY is all about the people who lead healthcare organizations within the New York City, Long Island, and Hudson Valley. As the largest chapter of ACHE in the country with over 2,000 members, we proudly support the mission of advancing healthcare leadership and management excellence through professional enrichment and continuing education. We are very committed to providing value at every step, as represented by the 5 pillars that you can see in front of you. So providing these 5 pillars to our members help them set them up for success. And for our sponsors, through these pillars, we help you with exposure to our 2,000 plus strong members and help connect the dots among each other. Next slide, please. So here, this represents the why in this sponsors HLNY. The various offerings we put together all revolves around how we can highlight and bring value to our sponsors and members through brand awareness, networking opportunities, all of our HLNY events, roundtable and tabling events, meetups. We put this, we always keep in mind our sponsor and how to shine the spotlight on them in various events as we bring meaningful engagement between our members and sponsors. Next slide, please. In our commitment, and as you had heard, basically, we have board members at large. You heard from a couple of our board members at large, Maya and EJ, and the sponsorship committee together. We will advocate for all of our sponsors and ensure that there is someone through our board members at large and sponsorship committee to be your dedicated sponsor liaison to help you navigate and make the most out of your sponsorship. So with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our platinum sponsor, Mr. Lenny Eichen from Live On New York, who is actually here with us to give his insight with why he's supporting HLNY.
Hey, everybody. Good to see
Lenny?
you. Great to be here. Thank you for that intro. So yes, Live on New York is a sponsor of Healthcare Leaders of New York. Very proud to be, have been for several years as a platinum sponsor. Live on New York is a federally designated organ procurement organization for the New York metro region. So one of the responsibilities that we have and obligations is to work with 100 hospitals. And so for many of you who are out there who may be thinking of becoming a sponsor, and the question was for us, how do we engage with 100 hospitals? How can we interact for advocacy for organ donation? We had a tall order of changing culture and driving our mission forward in a short amount of time. And the impact that we needed to have required being in the room with everyone. And you can't be in the room with 100 different hospitals, with 100 different administrators across so many disciplines. So you've heard a lot about from the team today about the pillars and what HLNY offers. And it just made perfect sense to be able to engage, to be able to network, to be able to also mutually educate the masses and members of HLNY while they educated not only Live on New York as an organization broadly, but also our up and coming leaders who have engaged, who go to events, the networking opportunities, meeting people, getting mentored. So it's a real mutual relationship that we have with one another. So some of the ways that we've been able to work together, and you've heard them today, right? So brand awareness right out of the gate, right? Being an ally with HLNY. HLNY, the largest, most professional, premier, in my opinion, organization of its kind, professional association within the healthcare realm, not only within New York. And of course, I'm partial, and of course, I'm conflicted here as a New Yorker and love HLNY and have a long history with HLNY. But the reality is, as the CEO of Live on New York, being a fiduciary and being responsible to a community-driven mission, how could we engage and scale in a centralized way? It would take a decade to go to 100 different hospitals, establish and build relationships, and find out who is responsible, where the up and comers are, what kind of investment we can make in advocacy in our communities. Or we can engage with HLNY and through a series of events through the year, through a series of networking, introductions, creating professional and personal relationships that our leadership and team and staff have, all of that can come through the sponsorship. Through leveraging it, through customizing a strategy for your organization, all the way through the spectrum, like they said, from students to C-suite, right? So people in our organization who are staff, who've moved up to management, from mid-level managements to executives to C-suite members to myself, who I continue to get value and hope I contribute value back to the community in every engagement and in every single way. So, for us, the broad spectrum was scale, speed, engagement, collaboration in a centralized focus, where you have people who want to improve the community, who want to, move forward in their career and advance. They're serious people, they're serious operators, serious administrators, and you're making an investment not only in HLNY and what they need to do, but it cycles, right? It comes right back to you in your organization, because you have a longer term point of view. If you're being, strategic about it, you have a longer term point of view with establishing relationships today with people who will lead these organizations tomorrow, right? So there's a lot there. I could go on and on and on, but for us, that was a big part of the why. The value is significant, and it also takes you as the sponsor to figure out how to make that mutually beneficial, how to give back to HLNY, and how HLNY will scale and give back to you to drive your mission forward. So yeah, really happy to be here, happy to be a sponsor, and I hope that was helpful at a high level.
Oh, thank you so much, Lenny. That was wonderful. I couldn't have said it better, but thank you, thank you. We really, really appreciate your kind words and your support. I can't say thank you enough for doing this, but we appreciate you, Lenny. Thank you so much. And our next speaker will be Leah Tal. She is the CEO of Tal Healthcare. She has been a great supporter of HLNY as well, and she would like to we would like to give her the floor to just let us know what Leah's HLNY. Leah, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and a pleasure to be here. I've actually been to several ACHE meetings in the last 10 days or so. It was a pleasure to have the moderator spot last week. We were in Brooklyn, had a fantastic turnout, and the subject was really so appropriate. I think that being involved with ACHE, HLNY, is really an honor. We've been a part of it and sponsors for over 15 years. It is such a community. It is a lot of networking. It's a lot of education. It's really coming together of individuals who care, people who are looking at their positions, their work more as a calling, not just a job. Healthcare community is so entrenched in really finding the depth of individuals who are here who are trying to make a difference, trying to move the needle. The group themselves, when one attends the meetings, is very collaborative. It's a lot of fun to do some networking, to be introduced to people. And then comes the session where one gets the educational part. And the session that we had last week was extremely interesting. There were over 200 people there, and you could see the engagement. Nobody was working on their phones. Nobody was texting. It was all about recruitment, organizational development. It was about retention. And what does one look for? We had a CHRO, we had a VP of learning from a big system, and we had another individual that really is overseeing all the recruitment for the faculty practice of a large system. And everybody was really engaged. I think that the subject matter of the meetings are right to the point. It's what's current today, what's important for people. And then afterwards is also a really nice event, because those are the people that are really staying to see a little bit more depth, to have a conversation with the person who was presenting. I really enjoy the organization. I've been to many other SHRM and finance and other areas of healthcare. I don't know why the engagement of other search firms are not as inclusive as what we feel, but many of the team members here really enjoy meeting the community. We are committed as a sponsor, and always available for interfacing with all the other members as well.
Thank you so much, Leah. That was wonderful. We really, really appreciate you as our valued sponsor to HLNY. So with that, we also wanted to call on one of another sponsor that we have, Mr. Amit Bora. He is the Chief Business Development Officer at VNB Health. Amit, please go ahead and let them know about your HLNY.
Thank you, Carla, and thank you, Leah. It's always amazing, connecting with you. I actually just saw her the other day at the ACHENJ event, and I mean, she's just amazing. I always love chatting with her, learning from her experience, and an amazing, mentor for, a technology solution provider like us. So we are a new member, of I think that ACHE member since 2009 is not correct. We've been actually only involved since December 22. So we are a pretty new member, a couple of years, and the one fact that that really love about HLNY is like irrespective of like if you're a big health system or like a small technology solution provider, everybody's welcome, and everybody you feel like connected. It's a great community to be part of, to learn, to grow, right? We are a health data and analytics solution provider. We're based out of New Jersey. We are part of many organizations, but in New Jersey, but HLNY just have like a special place within an organization. We love coming to all the events of HLNY, connecting with different leaders, and just being just being there. It's like it's amazing and great learning experience for our organization.
Amit, thank you so much. Looking forward to catching up with you in the next event.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much to Lenny, to Leah, and to our to Amit for their HLNY. And now I'd like to turn it over to my colleague Jonathan Acevedo, the co-chair of sponsorship committee, to go over the sponsorship packages and offerings that we have. So Jonathan, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Carla. Thank you so much, Lenny. Thank you so much, Leah. And thank you so much, Amit. It was a pleasure to hear from all of you and what is your HLNY to being a sponsor. And now I'm going to be going over your current sponsorship packages over the next 10 minutes. And also a little bit about our fall survey that we polled our sponsors on some feedback. And we used that feedback to actually create our new sponsorship packages. So I'll start with our current. Here we have our current sponsorship packages, and our sponsorship packages are from 2024 June through May 2025. So that's what we have now for our current sponsors. And what we have here is we have tiered sponsorship levels: Friend, Silver, Gold, and Platinum. And as you increase in the tier, you receive more benefits and more value. That's our promise to you all as sponsors, is that value. And that comes from networking, community building, and brand awareness. So starting from the friend level, it shows your logo will be on our website. Then as you increase to silver, you have opportunity to have those complimentary tickets to our signature events. You also have opportunities for podcasts, those board member at large connections to really meet your needs, and also logos and material on our material and events. And then going up, what's new here for gold, you have additional tickets. And then from platinum, you also have additional, even more tickets for events as well. Really those networking opportunities and connections. One benefit that we wanted to highlight was for NTT Data, one of our gold sponsors. They created a podcast on the digitization of healthcare, creating resilience across the continuum of care. It's one of their organizational goals to really show themselves as a premier part of this digitization of healthcare, and they did this in partnership with us as their sponsorship liaisons, and we were able to promote this podcast on our LinkedIn to our 10,000 plus members. And as you can see here, it created a lot of traction, reposts, and insights as well. So we're very excited to have this benefit for our valued sponsors to really bring that brand awareness towards their organizational goals. All right, so speaking of that sponsorship survey that we did in 2024 fall, here are some of the results. All right, so I'll speak to first is who was polled. So our 31 sponsors were polled, and we received 17 responses. So thank you so much for everybody that answered. What we noticed, as you can see on that chart on the top left, is that most sponsors are looking for brand awareness at 82%, and that networking opportunities at 76%. So everything that our valued sponsors spoke about before is really what they're looking for here. Our sponsors also, to that chart at the bottom left, the benefits and satisfaction, we asked them, what is the most valuable thing for you all? And we said, we showcase our tickets, the podcasts and white papers. And what they said was that, yes, they wanted more additional tickets, of course, more opportunities for networking, making those connections. And they said that podcasts are more valuable than white papers. So we definitely took all that feedback in. One thing that they also noted was that they are overall satisfied with the marketing, back to that advertising and brand awareness. However, they're looking for additional ways, such as LinkedIn posts. All right, so we took all of this feedback to create our new benefits package for 2025 to 2026. Here are our benefits. What you'll see here is our sponsors are like our son. We are able to move forward because of all of you, our valued sponsors, and really be able to hold these wonderful events for our collective members. So that's why all of these benefits center around you all. What's already existed are HLNY events, those complimentary tickets, our digital and print advertising, those white paper and podcasts for more advertising. And what's new here is the co-hosting events and webinars. That's something that we've added to our benefits package, and I'll speak to it in a little bit more. Executive meetups and dinners. So this is really a smaller meetup with those executives that can really make those connections for you all most valuable. So I'll speak to that a little bit as well. And then another exciting thing is panel and exclusive sponsorship opportunities. This just means flexibility. So for example, if you're interested in sponsoring an individual event, individual networking, or anything like that, we can add that to your package. Again, going back to that flexibility, all centering around their sponsor. All right, so this is something you've seen before. What's new here is that in that green box, we have our multi-year plus packages, all about customization for every level in our sponsorship package. So this includes a prorated offering for 2 to 4 year agreements. So our sponsors can lock in multiple year agreements, and we can also customize their sponsorship packages. I'll start off with what's new here, as well as the bronze level and going up. So the bronze level here offers the ability to advertise, which is your logo on our digital and print materials, and also a half-page ad on the annual gala journal. Going up to the silver, what's new here is more complimentary tickets. We've also added a new signature event, going back to those additional tickets in the Better Together event. So we've added that. And also the holiday party. It was something that we wanted to make sure our sponsors are able to attend. And back to that LinkedIn post, we did add one promotional LinkedIn post or email blast, whichever is most valuable to the sponsor. And all of this is subject to HLNY e-board approval. And then going up to the gold level, more opportunities to network with more complimentary tickets, up to 5 for each of our signature events. And then we have more 2 promotional LinkedIn posts or email blasts. And what we've added here is those white papers and podcasts, that opportunity to get out there and promote one of your organizational goals through that avenue. Going up to our platinum level, we have more complimentary tickets. Now we have 2 Better Together events tickets here highlighted here, up to 3 promotional LinkedIn posts or email blasts. And what's special about this starting here is that we have the ability to co-host one virtual or in-person program. So going back to what we heard from our sponsors, that ability to moderate or be a panelist at an event and really be a sponsor for a specific event where you can really be highlighted to our collective members. And then to those executive meetups, we have the ability to host one private dinner planned by HLNY with executives across the healthcare industry, specializing in a topic of the sponsor's choice. So making those connections, but making it more focused and specialized to meet your organizational needs. And then our most premium package, this is very new, hot off the press, that we have introduced for this upcoming year, sponsorship year, is our diamond level. Even more additional tickets, up to 15. This is, again, very new. Tickets to our signature events, and then to our Better Together event as well, 2 tickets. And we have the ability to do more advertising, 4 promotional LinkedIn post or email blasts, and more white papers, up to 3, and podcasts. And then we have 2 virtual or in-person programs, and also 2 private dinners for our executive meetups. So these are all our new packages. And again, it's all about flexibility and customization to meet your needs and deliver the promise of value to you all in making those connections. Just a note, we do have some upcoming sponsorship/membership mixers coming up. Again, across all of our areas, New York City, Queens, Long Island, Brooklyn, Westchester, and Hudson Valley. We're very excited to have these mixers, these networking mixers with our sponsorship and members. They really will give you all an opportunity to get to know members. And also, if you'd like to sponsor an individual event where you're the key sponsor for one of these networking mixers, please reach out to sponsors at HLNY or Carla and myself. We're more than happy to speak more and also add this to your customized sponsorship package. And now I'm going to hand it back to Carla. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Jonathan. And again, if you have, that was a wonderful overview that you had given in terms of our sponsorship offerings. So I know that we had mentioned that there would be a Q&A session for all of you. And of course, please feel free to type in your questions in the chat. And for those listening on the call, you're also welcome to access our sponsorship survey. There's a QR code that's in here. Please feel free to respond and let us know. And also, this survey will be sent out following the Townhall. So, so you can always get a head start. So let's just, while we're queuing up the questions, let's just go to the next slide, because we wanted to just mention that we would like to ask you to become a sponsor. So we would like to ask our current sponsor to continue your support, and for our prospective sponsor, we would like to ask you to become a sponsor today. Please feel free to reach out to us at sponsors@hlny.org, and we will be in touch with you. So we really want to ask you to support HLNY, and we're counting on you to help us sustain HLNY. We will, without your support, we will be unable to provide all the wonderful events that you all enjoy and our members enjoy. So we would like to take this opportunity to ask you, be our sponsor today. So with that, let's go over to the chat and see how many questions. And of course, we will open this in any of our executive board members who are in here can respond. Please feel free to unmute your mic, the panelist, as well as also let me just go into the chat just to like make sure that we have.
If I may.
Sure.
Good
Hello,
evening.
Darren.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to our incredible sponsors for joining us today, both past, present, and new sponsors. We are so grateful to Carla and Jonathan and the sponsorship committee and team for their incredibly hard work and effort to making sure that you, our sponsors, continue to feel the value, the appreciation, and the support. I want to thank the executive board and volunteers and chairs of HLNY for their continuous dedication and support in helping our members and our sponsors connect and align to ensure value at every step. Ladies and gentlemen, all of our efforts are to ensure the incredible pipeline of talent for our profession here in the New York State and New York City market. And you, our sponsors, help to ensure our ability to support this market, these members, this profession, and our communities of healthcare, local and abroad. So thank you for helping support our operational and educational mission. And thank you for participating and being on this journey with us to ensuring that our people have value, our profession continues on, and there is a mutual benefit to us all. Remember, HLNY is your chapter. You are our members, you are our sponsors, and we are you. So at every step of the way, your voices, your actions, your participation helps us to do better. So thank you for engaging with us. Thank you for helping us. And we continue to hope that you continue on with HLNY as a sponsor now and into the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Darren. We appreciate your you jumping in and also letting our sponsors here today to hear from you and really advocate for HLNY and for our sponsor and how we can all work together. So we have a question on the chat, and Darren or Calandra, please feel free to respond to this. One question we have in the chat is it possible to change the sponsorship period to January 1st to December 31st, as opposed to our sponsorship cycle, which begins in June 1st to May 31? The question is in line with the request is like calendar year, so it's more in line with the marketing budget.
It's a very good point, and we really appreciate the comment. Year over year, we review the transition of timelines based on budgets, both academic and industry. And so we take that feedback, and our executive board and our future president will review how exactly it is we can transition. As you know, we do not want to short our existing sponsors in regards to their existing benefited year and timeline, and therefore then looking forward into the future as to how to realign those efforts, those funds, and those times to meet the needs of a new time framework. So well taken, and we will take it back, and we will have a response as to how can we do better with that time frame in the future? But thank you so much for that question. As you know, your chapter is here not to provide transaction, but experiences, exposure, and collaboration. So thank you for that question. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Darren. We're making you work tonight. So another question that was posted is actually, who is an ideal sponsor for the new tier that HLNY has added? So as you know, we had added the bronze package as well as the diamond package. So Jonathan, would you like to take this and then I'll jump in? And obviously, e-board executives, please feel free to jump in as well.
I can quickly touch on this.
Sure.
Every tier level speaks to you, our sponsor, and our members, because each of you are at different levels of your organization and of your own abilities within those organizations. So we wanted to ensure that there is a tier and a package that can align to anyone and any organization. The diamond package really speaks to those organizations that can have large marketing budgets and have large programmatic spaces and have a lot of scale that maybe want to look at both a local and national perspective in terms of support of our membership from ACHE and HLNY, local and abroad. So really looking at that kind of bucket or parameter, those are the individuals I think, unless the organization can do it, and then so on and so forth. And so each level really speaks to our ability and flexibility to really meet your needs based on what you're able to do in support of our mission and your mission aligned. I hope that answered the question.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Darren. Jonathan, do you have anything to add, or we can move on to the next question that I have on the queue here?
Yeah, so to add to that, again, we're very flexible. We can come up with a customized package, a multi-year package even, to really meet your needs. So let us know what your needs are. You can meet with Carla and I. We can have one-on-one meeting. We're more than happy to listen to those needs and see how we can address them. And also, we're open to in-kind sponsorship as well. So if you have some kind of company or organizational ability to do something extra for us, either whether it's location, venue, catering, and it's a cost-effective way to provide those services for us, we can meet and talk to you all about that as well. So we're more than happy to customize that.
All right, thank you. I guess that's nothing to add into that. But I have another question here on the queue. And Jonathan, I think you can expand on this a little bit better. Can you go over the differences again in the activation opportunities aside from the pricing difference between all the tier levels?
Yes, I can definitely go over that. So the difference is really goes back to those fall survey results. We really wanted to provide sponsors with not only more networking opportunities, but also other promotional opportunities. So those LinkedIn posts, getting out there to our 10,000 LinkedIn members, getting out there in email blasts. We have all of our email blasts, our members, and also those who sign up for our distribution list. Really those opportunities to get out there and showcase your organization in different ways. And that's how we're activating and making sure that you receive the value that we promised to you all with our sponsorship. You are our clients, you are our collective members, you are the reason that we're able to really make these events happen and go for our members, our 2,000 plus members. So you know, we're very excited to move forward with that, and we'd love to hear what your needs are regarding that as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Jonathan. Also another, hang on, let me just read what is in here. Can you get more than one email blast or LinkedIn post? Can that be added for additional cost? And let me just take this. Yes, basically, we can customize what you need. Obviously, we will work with you and see what the value that is more important to you. and we can work with a proposal that would suit what your needs and how it will work in terms of like what the vis-a-vis the existing packages that we have. So yes, we can definitely, as Jonathan had mentioned, we can customize. And the beauty of this new sponsorship package offerings that we have really is the flexibility that we offer to all of our sponsors, current and prospective. So again, we are here to advocate for you. And if you value one offering versus the other, we'll work with you and see how we can best accommodate all of the requests that you have. So hopefully that answers. And if you have any additional comments, Jonathan, or even the e-board, please feel free to jump into this question.
I just want to thank all our sponsors for being with us, connecting with us, going through our experiences together. It's very exciting to see this move forward into 2025 and 2026. And hopefully we can also do multi-year agreements. We are here for you and we're here to advocate for you. And I welcome anybody else that would like to say anything too.
All right, we invite any of our panelists or any of our board members who are in the call today to just like, if you have any words to share to our sponsor, please do so before we wrap up. I don't see any other questions right now, but yes, Calandra or Darren, if you have any thoughts, or even Maya or EJ, please feel free to jump in.
Thank you, Carla. I just wanted to again thank all of our sponsors. You really allow us to help our members, to do for our members, and we want to make sure that we add value to our membership by adding value to you as our sponsors. So we're going to do all that we need to do to work with you, to have support for you, and we just wanted to once again say thank you all for your continued support.
Thank you so much, Calandra. Really appreciate it. Any other before we wrap up? All right, I guess that's about it. So we are giving back 10 minutes of your time. So we will wrap up. And again, our sincerest appreciation for your time today. We very much appreciate you, our sponsors and prospective sponsors. We look forward to collaborating with you and partnering with you as we move forward, giving value at every step. So again, on behalf of all of the e-board members and the board members and all of the sponsorship committee, my co-chair, Jonathan, we thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate it. And this recording will be made available. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any question. And again, thank you so much. And yeah, we look forward to working with you. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thanks, everybody.